Good day, folks. Good day, good day. Happy Sunday to everyone. All right, this video here, I basically want to make a response to Mr. Kaufman's question he made over on his forum. He asked if your spouse can actually help you learn a language. For example, I'll say, my wife is from Taiwan. I want to learn Chinese. Can she help me? I think this is a very, very, very good topic because I met a lot of people that fall into this category. They have wives, despite having wives from Japan, Korea, Taiwan, China, wherever, they can't speak the language. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and give my opinions on it. So the answer, I think it depends. You do have exceptions. Some people can, and a lot of people can't. And I think the reason being is because a lot of times, like I said before, just because you're a native speaker of whatever language it is doesn't necessarily mean that you will be a good teacher, that you will actually be able to help someone learn your native language. Now, of course, anybody can teach like some phrases and some vocabulary and whatnot, but I think it goes when it comes to like instructing someone, helping them to learn the language, it goes deeper than that. So I feel that if you're just a total beginner, you have no foundation at all in the language, I think it's going to be harder to learn a language despite having a native speaker as a spouse, So I say that because they're not experienced, they're not seasoned learners. They don't really know how can I say? They don't know like a swift process to help you pick up the language, to keep confidence, to keep motivated for learning that language, because naturally a lot of native speakers, they're going to want to get into the grammar and try to explain to you, well, we do it this way because, and they'll be having all these explanations, and you say, oh, okay. Like, wow, that's overwhelming. Do I really want to learn this language? So they get into the grammar, and then they very critical. And I'll use my wife as an example. Like, my wife is very critical when it comes to tones, and my Mandarin tones aren't perfect, So when I speak, like if I mess up on a tone, like she'll tell me, she said, no, it's like you, she said, it's this tone, it's that tone, she would correct me. Well, I'm okay with it now because I have a good foundation in Mandarin, so it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't affect my motivation or whatever. But if I was a beginner, I was thinking about this the other day. If I was a total beginner in Mandarin, I had no foundation at all, and I was with her trying to learn Chinese, I don't think it would have been possible. I mean, like I said, I would learn phrases and words, whatever, but as far as, picking the language up, becoming fluent, on that level, I don't think it would have happened because she's very, very critical, and I probably would have gotten frustrated. It's like, man, I can't deal with these tones. I can't deal with these tones, and I would have given up. So I think if you're at a beginner's level, no foundation, then and you have your wife is from whatever country it is, language you're learning, then I think it's going to be tough to try to have her teach you that language unless she or he or she is a seasoned learner. They know how to speak. They know how to speak several languages. They know the process. They know because once you learn several languages, I guess I could say that you start to learn. You start to learn like shortcuts and swift ways of picking up the language. And if they're not like that, if they're not on that level, then it might be tough for them to actually help you learn the language. So if you're already on a good level, you can speak. For those who are on a good level already and speak well, then let's say intermediate, then your level is going to skyrocket. Because you already know how to speak. The only thing you need to do is speak more and 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 more. And, speak to your spouse every day. and that will improve your conversation. Your level will go up. You learn more vocabulary, you know. So I think in that respect, if your experience have a foundation, then yeah, your spouse can help you. How? Just by having a conversation. Then if you have questions about grammar, or if you're not sure how to put something together, you know, or if something is enunciated a certain way, then you can of course ask them. Let's see. Okay. Then of course you can ask them, and then she or she will be able to tell you. So that's what I think about it. Now, you know, some people be so surprised, say, "Wow, your wife is from there and you can't speak the language," but they got to understand. They have to understand all of this. That not everyone can be a good teacher and help you learn that particular language. So for me, like I said, I wouldn't have learned Chinese. It wouldn't have never happened if you know if I didn't have that foundation. And it speaks for itself. I learned several other languages successfully. Cantonese, that's a tonal language, and my tones are way better in Cantonese than Mandarin. So that tells you something. It's about the process. It's not about having a native speaker, a native spouse or whatever, to help you learn that language. So, can your spouse help you learn a language? It all depends. If you're a beginner, I don't know. You have exceptions, but 9 times out of 10, it's probably not going to happen. If you're on a good level, at least intermediate, then your spouse can help you because she's there. It's easy access to have conversation. You don't have to go searching around for people to have conversations. You could just speak with her, So that's my take on it. That's my opinion. And I think that's it. I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to do is post the link to his thread. So you guys can go check it out. Make a video response or comment on his blog. Give you guys his opinion about this topic. So thanks for viewing. And yes, I look forward to any comments or questions you may have.